Hello, welcome to Three Crows Runes. My name is Jen. Let's do some rune readings. So today we're going to do a scattercast about the COVID situation because that's playing on everybody's minds at the moment. So I'm going to be using the hematite runes and I'm going to scatter them all down and we're going to see what we get out of them. So let's see what message the runes have for us about the COVID situation. Okay, what a mess. Well, let me get the upside down runes picked up. That's the first thing. Clear that out. Wow, a lot of upside down runes. So there's not really much to say, it looks like, about the COVID situation. Some of it fell way the heck back in the leaves, and I'm reading it where it fell, so. Okay. That was pretty much saying it wanted to be upside down. And this is right side up, and this is upside down. And this one is upside down. And this one is upside down. Okay, so we're going to be reading a bit of it. Actually, I wonder if I can pull this over. I'm going to pull this over because that'll bring it a little more in focus. So, central issue, once again, we don't actually have a good central issue in this, like a very prominent central issue. We do have sort of right in the middle here. I'm going to basically say this is sort of where we stand at it, because everything else is like all the way over here. So I'm going to say this is basically where we are. So these are the runes I'm going to be reading for what's not helping us in this situation. But we're going to start over way the heck back at the beginning. And what we have, where's our path? I'm going to say our path is pretty much here. So pretty much everything is like above and below the path. So it's pretty much, although this is on the path pretty much, the first rune that we have that's actually on the path, pretty much on the path, the center line here, is Uruz reversed, which makes a lot of sense because Uruz is the rune of the aurochs. It has to do with health and strength, and yes, indeed, we've all been knocked out by this this virus. So that's basically where this all started, was with that. What really didn't help at that point, and this is almost the lowest rune in the spread, almost as low as this one, which is right where we are, but we'll get to that. Is Pertho reversed. Pertho is the rune of the lot box. It has to do with luck and fate and basically revelations of what was already there. So some unpleasant surprises that happened at this point when this all went down. So, ooh, it's really raining. I wonder if you'll hear any of that. If it thunders, you'll hear it, I'm sure. Anyway, so we've moved forward from there. Wait, look at this. Look at my Amalekites right the heck in the middle. So it's like, break it up, guys. Break it up. Break it up, virus that's making everybody feel uncomfortable and unpleasant surprises that are making things worse. So moving forward, just below the path here. So I'm just basically gonna, we have plush, so I can actually draw a line. That's our path line, basically right there. And here's our central issue. Like our center is sort of here. Path line. So a little while after that, we had a period of time where things that weren't helping were people were worried about having to stop the journey they were on. We have Raigo reversed, the stopping of the journey that they were on. And also people were very concerned about their happiness. They were worried if they were going to be happy again. They were worried about having hope and being happy. And that was actually, a couple steps on from when this started. People's situations of, I'm stuck at home, I don't know if I'll ever be happy again, blah, 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 blah. So that was then. We're still in the past. We only have a couple that are in the future actually on this, and sort of two that are in the present. So just after that point, we've got some things that are going to help us, that started to help us. So one, so I'm going to read these first. So first of all, there was a revelation, and on top of it all, just a sense of just like not fighting. So laying down your sword, maybe even just tending your own duties and responsibilities like for yourself. So I would say, you know, since this is about COVID, I might even say is like people will realize either, yes, this is a good idea to be safe and take care of what I need to take care of with myself. Maybe this has to do with the vaccination. And that's what's helped the most. It's like, wow, this revelation. And then people who've made the decision, there's Gabo, the decision to do this. So a little bit further on, here we are, center line. Nothing showing for what's helping, nothing showing for what our current situation is. So we're still sort of feeling in this like no time, sort of like no time, no space kind of woozy through the chaos kind of thing. Like things haven't solidified as far as what, you know, what is, where it feels comfortable and ordered. But anyway, here we are at this point. There are things that are really, 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 really not helping us right now. One, and you probably could, I could probably say, what's not helping right now? And you would probably give me this answer. And it's basically right here. So I was like, why do we need these? Because it's the thing that we do, and it's fun, and it's good to see them. We have Hagalaz, which is the rune of the hailstorm. It has to do with chaos and uncontrolled uncontrollables. Just the fact that things are out of control is helping. It is not helping. Is like the thing that is the least helping. As well, things feel like they're not moving. We have Evaz. Evaz is the horse rune. It has to do with movement. Also spirit, but it's in the lower line. So mostly I just see it as about movement. I might also read it a little bit of spirit. I'll get to that. But basically, things are out of control, and we feel like we're just kicking our feet in the air, and we're not getting anywhere. And that's frustrating, because things keep being out of control, and that keeps being the case. So that's sort of dragging us down. Now, here we are. This is our line. What we are coming to next, and we're going to come to what bothers us before we come to what's going to help us, just a tiny bit. And thankfully, this is like really, really close. So we're going to hit something where humanity is going to be an issue. I mean, it already is, but we're going to hit something where it's really, really not going to help, and there's going to be, people are going to be worried about our fellow man. We're going to be worried about other people in humanity, and that's, we're just, it's good. There's going to be, I'm seeing it sort of like a lack of trust, and also where a lot of people are going to find themselves going, if I go along with the crowd or the mob, that's actually going to be detrimental for me. What still helps is this agreement or decision, and this is carried forward. So this agreement or decision based on this revelation, this haha, here we are, and okay, tend your inner duties, tend your personal duties. Stop fighting. We don't have to fight anymore. Just like do this thing, which I'm reading at least on one level as the vaccine happening, which is really, really important. This carries forward, this continues. And with all of this where, yeah, the people are still worried about being happy, people are having to stop what they were doing, and of course the unpleasant surprises. And this is still carrying forward. I mean, this has stopped some of it, but this agreement to be vaccinated has stopped some of this virus, and a lot actually, but it's still carrying forward, and there are still people who are sort of out of its sphere, who are sort of being stubborn, and they're the problem, and also our worry about them is the problem. So people who are not acting in the best interest of the people around them are a problem, and worrying about the people who are not acting in the best interest of everybody around them are the problem. Even going forward for the next little while. But just after that, and this is on the helper line, otherwise I would read it as something like really bad, but this is actually, there is going to be a balance tipped where things are going to start to expand again. Things are going to start to open up again. And that's going to help us the most on this whole reading, like everything, even more than this moment, although we couldn't have this moment without this moment. We couldn't have the everything opening out again moment without this moment. A lot of these people are going to feel like they're left behind, the ones we're worried about, but that's what we've got at the moment for the current COVID situation. Things will expand, and that expansion and that opening out will help the most. And it's going to get to that point where all of this is going to carry forward enough with the vaccines and people taking, making agreements to take precautions and all the good stuff that's going to help. And this will lead to expansion and things opening out. The things that are not going to help, which are the chaos of things and feeling like we can't seem to move forward, and also just basically what this has shown us about humanity and how a lot of people have a lot of mistrust, that's going to continue to be an issue to drag us down. However, what will help is opening up again. And let me just throw down one more rune in. I want to throw down a rune in the middle. This is going to be not part of the scattercast, but this is going to be out of the willow runes that I have. What would you say is our actual central issue for this reading? Okay. We have a blank rune, which is just what I said. We are in a situation where it feels like we're still very much floating in the middle. Things aren't really... That's too funny. Things aren't really solid yet, but this is happening, and this is only going to get better. And like, you can read this as expanding on whatever is near it. So people are going to continue to tend their personal duties and responsibilities. People are going to continue to make the agreement to, do the right thing. Be careful and just let's move forward and do that. And it will eventually expand to the point where it's going to help the most people. And so that even these people that are worrying us are going to be more or less protected, although, what the situation is, et cetera, et cetera. So that's our scattercast for the COVID situation. Good luck, everybody. See you next time. Bye.